since it is Halloween, house guest, welcome to Halloween with Mateus.
Big Brother begins now.
Max went home by a vote of 6-2, which is like a clear majority, which means our alliance did our job, and we got the votes from Jamila, Kyle S., and Brandon, and it feels awesome to be in the majority. It feels awesome to not have to worry.
Last week, I was like stressing the fuck out because I was afraid everyone was gonna fucking flip and get out Matthew, but no. Everyone was like, you know what? Let's get out Max. And I'm so damn happy because I didn't want Max to be here to begin with. And he's fucking gone first, boo. Yes, I'm happy. I am happy. I'm so happy.
I wanted Matthew to go, but Max just did not help himself. He didn't talk to anybody. He's too busy with another game. Like, I expect more from Max because he's played other games. But you're, like, doing really well in another game, and I hope that that's why you're doing so crappy in this one, because your focus is on that. You better win that game.
That HOH competition was, like, really stressful.
We get HOH, I'm doing well.
When it got down to Jamila and Mateus, to be honest, I didn't really care who won, because Mateus is in my alliance, which means everyone in my alliance is safe. But if Jamila would have won, I think she would have kept me safe.
I was praying. It was between Jamila and Mateos, whatever the fuck his name is. And I knew my ass would have been nominated if Jamila won.
When Simon goes down on round one, then Matthew, then Kyle, then I knew I have to win this. And I just did. I did this. I did this to myself. Now I'm burning inside. I can't say feeling what I'm feeling right now because I am happy. I am sad. I'm crying. I'm laughing. But this is so bad. This is so bad. This is so bad.
Queen Mateus, or whatever the fuck his name is, won. I'm so fucking happy. I'm so happy. I love getting other people to do my work, like winning competitions. It's my favorite. I am literally like, I'm so damn happy.
This one last question about when did Max's key get pulled or whatever? I couldn't think of it. I was wrong. Mateus wins. One fucking question. Why couldn't I remember? Like, I knew, like, as soon as I was like this, I was like, oh, maybe it's true. But I didn't do it. This is the fucking worst thing to ever happen on the face of the earth. Just kidding. But for me in this game, it is.
Mateus, we are so proud of you.
Literally, like, it was like you and Jamila, and I was shaking. I was like, if Jamila wins, I'm going up.
Oh my god. I was like, I don't understand the question, but I just escaped.
And we went from a very bad week, we survived it, and now we're reaping the benefits.
Congrats, Final 10.
Guys, we made it to the Final 10. The Outsiders has a safe week this week as long as everything goes right, and Mateus upholds his loyalty to our group. And we are moving forward, and we are a force to be reckoned with. Bye, Max. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Deuces.
Well, I'm royally screwed. The vote didn't go how I was hoping it would go. Matthew is still here, and Max has been evicted. I don't really understand. Everyone told me that they were voting Matthew out, and then 2 seconds before, Hodges and Mateus, however you pronounce it, both were like, oh, never mind, we're gonna vote out Max. And I'm like, why? This is stupid to me.
I did vote to evict Max. I'm not proud of that, and I'm not happy, but I just feel like there was no other option.
I ended up acting very differently than I normally would in a game. I voted in the minority, and I did it intentionally. Honestly, part of it was because I just felt really bad for Max. I think it's lame that you create an alliance in the first week, and I don't think he really did anything wrong, but nobody from the alliance is going to vote to keep him, and That's just really shitty. Obviously, that alliance of 4 is no more because Max is gone. And from what I could gather, it kind of seemed like Jamila and Silly Kyle were the ones who finalized that decision.
I am becoming really paranoid, and it's not good.
Silly Kyle and I are now aligned with other people, and we all flipped the vote against what he wanted to vote Matt out, even though Matt's an asshole. And we voted Max out, and I was kind of sad.
But my gut is that Kyle S. and Jamila are working really closely together. I feel like Kyle S. is sneaky, and I don't like it. I feel like he has some kind of control and or alliance with Jamila, and I feel like Kyle H. is part of that. I feel like those three are close. Kyle H. was so adamant about Max going, so was Kyle S. And then all of a sudden, so was Jamila.
Their rationale was that they wanted to weaken Nick and Chris because they're a pair and because they know each other outside the game. Max being here didn't strengthen Nick and Chris. It didn't make any sense to me. I felt like I was being kind of coerced into voting him out, and I'm not somebody who's going to respond well to that. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I felt like I had a better connection with Max, so I voted to keep Max. And now I might be in this minority position, but I think I'm good for this week because Mateus won HOH.
Fuck, why I want this? Why I won? I could let Jamilia win, and she will be screwed, not me.
I love the guy. We created an alliance name today because him and I have been talking pretty much every day for quite some time, and the alliance name is the United Nations because we're the two non-Americans in the game.
Me and Tom have official alliance called the United Nations, and I like this because I didn't know that me and him are only one from being not American. I mean, like, we all know that there is no big deal because Americans hate each other and they evict themselves. I like him. I won't say bad thing about him because he's pretty awesome. He play piano, what I always want, but I can't because I don't have fucking piano.
He's gonna keep me safe. I'm gonna have his back.
Tom is so bad at social thing. I mean, like, he vote to evict Matthew because he didn't want my Max sad. But now everyone, almost everyone, tell me that I should use him as a pawn. But there is no way I will do this because I have feeling if something happened wrong, he would be evicted. And I don't want him, and like, I don't think that everyone will expect me working with Tom because he's like 8 years older than me, and I'm like only 20, and he's like my dad. No, I'm just kidding. That was good.
But other than Mateus, the only other person who I know for sure that I'm with right now is Hodges.
I'm thinking that Tom and I are the most honest with one another. We're kind of clawing our way to like figure out who we can get to work with us because I feel like we're just kind of in the middle.
I trust him. I don't think that he would make a move against me. I think we know that we need each other and we really get along. Aside from that, I just don't really know where I stand in this game.
Me and Tom start talking and feel as though we are in a weird spot in this game because we're not really like in a group. I'm trying to cultivate something with Simon. I feel like Simon is some kind of key in this game. Like, I feel like he could be a really super good ally in this game. I just need to make him feel super duper comfortable. Like, that should be my mission, is to like befriend Simon and like make him my boo. He could bring a number with Marie. Like, if Simon and me are together, we've got Marie. I also want Tom to be there. So I mean, I just have to get Simon because this whole thing with Jamila and Max has like exploded and is now no longer a thing.
If you want our help, we're here.
I think I would go for Nick and
Chris.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. They're friends in real life. They're not going to go against each other.
Yeah, I'm good with, like, Nick and Chris going out.
I am not hurt at all.
Week 8 OH from week 2 is so fucking mistake. Now there is double eviction. I think Keith must hate me doing this to myself, but I need to handle this in the best way I can. Host want Nick and Chris. So I do, but Nick is so fucking good at competition. First one, he won. Second one, he was second. And I'm like, my god, I will backstab myself if I put him on the block.
So right now I'm in full defense mode. I really need to make up for the fact that I hid my relationship with Chris to everyone.
Surprise, surprise. Cat's out of the bag. Nick and I know each other. Good for you, Matthew. You're a fucking creep and a sketchball and looked all of us up on Facebook to do research. Who does that?
So what I had to do was first go to the HOH. So I just called, had a call with Matus and basically was like, listen, I need to come clean. Here's why I kept it a secret. I'm going to be a target. Obviously, I wanted to keep that hidden. Like, if you continue to keep me safe, I will do whatever you want. And it went pretty well for me, not so much for Chris. I kept him safe. We had a deal the first round, so he's going to keep me safe and not nominate me, which is great. But he's definitely considering nominating Chris, which I don't want to happen, but I can't be too aggressive about it, or else it'll be super obvious that we're actually a lot tighter than I'm trying to make it seem.
A lot of people in these games know each other. It just so happens that Nick and I know each other, so you're going to target me because of a picture that some weirdo found on Facebook? No, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going down without a fight, and I want everybody to know if I am still, by some miracle, here after the double eviction. I'm coming for Mateus, and I am coming for whoever else thinks, oh, Nick and Chris were in a picture together. We have to get him out. That's insane. That's crazy. I feel crazy just thinking about it.
Right now, I need to just keep my ear open, try to find ammunition against someone else who I can throw under the bus and get Matus to nominate. He definitely has Jamila on his radar, and she was in my alliance originally, but I know she knows about me and has not confronted me, and I have not come clean to her yet, so I'm definitely feeling that there's a huge loss of trust between Jamila and I, so if I need to throw her under the bus, I might have to do that.
So things I hate. First, Chris and Nick know each other, so my ride or die alliance out the window. Now the person that I was aligned with is a fucking liar. He's really best friends with this guy that he's secretly protecting. Whatever. And then now I'm like, someone who's not in my big ass alliance is the person who's HOH. So now I have to like manipulate him and pretend to like him. Even though I know he hates me and I know they're gonna nominate me.
I'm sure only that Chris is on the block right now, but second nomination is changing every minute, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I have already 4 people next to Chris on the block, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know who is right to choose. If I put Nick, then my friendship with him is over. If I put Marnie, then how I will look for the outsiders, and this won't be good. If I put Jamilia, because she's so fucking good at this game and she's playing hard to make everyone loves her, but this is Jamilia, she's cool and I don't have voters. And there is Brandon, who is around never nowhere. He is nowhere, and I don't know, he said to me that he will work on his activity, but I'm like, nothing changed since week 1.
I'm tired of feeling like I'm not in a group. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of feeling like I want to kind of be that person that everyone can talk to, but I'm not. I'm not that person, apparently, that I thought I would be. I need to be more proactive, and today I was proactive about that. So today I went to Simon, and I proposed that him and I could work together with Tom. I proposed it in a way that me and Simon would kind of pull Tom into this duo. There would be 3. Mateus has, as far as we know, decided to put up Nick and Chris because they know each other in real life. The 3 of us would grab the person who is left on the block. Hopefully there's no replacements in these nominations, and hopefully it does just stay these 2 if that's who's getting put up. They'll be desperate, and they'll be upset. That's 4. if Marie can freaking be here and not be kicked out of the game for being inactive and somewhat be reliable as a vote, that's 5. And then we could really see what's going on, because I tried to talk to Kyle H today about what's going on. It's like, why don't we just wait till Monday to kind of, let's see what the noms are going to be, and then we can go from there and talk strategy. That's not what allies do. Like, I feel like allies can just talk about it whenever. They don't have to wait until the nomination ceremony to talk about things. That's why I don't trust Kyle H at the moment. I don't trust that someone who's like, well, we need to wait for this to talk. Me and Tom have been talking about all this crap since day one. We don't need to wait until nominations come up in order to know who we want to vote for or who we want out of the game. That right there, my friends, is showing to me why I think that Kyle H, Kyle S, and possibly Jamila are a thing. But I feel good about being proactive and like trying to get Simon to come with me, because originally I wasn't gonna like really wanting to work super closely with Simon, but I really like him. I really, really like him. I've gotten to know him a little bit better over these past few days, and he's smart, he's sweet, he causes drama, but if I'm on his good side, that's good, and he's a good kid. So I'm good with him and I and Tom working together, and then hopefully pulling in that 4th extra person off of the block.
Matthew made a conversation with me and Jamila on Skype saying, do either of you know what Brandon is on about? He is telling me he thinks keeping Chris and Nick might be a good idea, and that he thinks there are people he'd rather see go, that he thinks have control in certain areas of the game.
I feel like they're always going to be a target if they know each other in real life. If there's other people that you can get out, get them out. Everyone just wants to do what's good for the house. But doing what's good for the house is not someone that I'm going to vote for if or when I end up on a jury.
So I'm kind of freaking out right now because, I'm having these fears that I may have overplayed yesterday, and this is definitely confirming that feeling, and I need to see what that's all about.
It's true. Good things happen to good people. I'm a good person. I am, from the looks of it, or I hope so, I am slaying this game. I'm sticking loyal to my Outsiders Alliance, and I have gotten very close with Hodges. Maybe something will start with me, him, Tom, and the surviving nominee of this week. But I was talking to Hodges, and Hodges he's someone else who doesn't really trust Jamila. My goal is to pretty much secretly put the thought into everyone's mind that Jamila needs to go. Honestly, I might just make an alliance with her just to fuck her over. That'd be kind of funny. That she was going around being like, I would never align with Simon, he's so young, to knowing that then she will align with me, and then I'll be the downfall of her game. Do you know how perfect that would be? That means like I'm aligned with more than half the house. That's crazy. All I have to do is just not make any decisions. If I do win this fast forward HOH, I am going to nominate Jamila and Kyle S, because really that's the only people I'm not aligned with. And if veto is used, I'm fucked. So that's the only reason why I don't want to win HOH. I literally haven't been in this position. I'm always like, I want to win competitions. I want to win competitions. But, like, I don't need to now. I don't. Like, it's actually to a point, if I win a competition, it can hurt my game. I mean, usually, like, that's not the case. I really started this game off as I'm an outsider, no one really likes me, to literally aligned with half the house. I'm just sitting pretty. I can finally actually just sit pretty. I just hope my ass doesn't get found out. But, oh my god, I'm so happy.
I have big problem with Nick and Chris. Nick want to call me, and I was like, okay. And he was like, want to know what I'm thinking, and I was like, what if I told him that my target is Chris, and we will see if he will told him.
Mateus told Nick that he was going to be targeting Chris, and so obviously, them being like best friends in real life, Nick told Chris that he was being targeted, and Chris messaged Mateus, and Mateus was like, how did you know? And he's like, Nick told me, and so I guess there's a lot of drama with that, and it's pretty funny.
Chris told Jamila that Nick told him that he is my target. And I'm like, whatever I told you, Nick, forget about, because you are a fucking liar. And you know what? This middle finger is for you and only for you, because I want you to go home this week, and this finger will make this happen.
My next step is to have a conversation with her and Kyle S. Come clean, see what their reaction is, see if they lie to me about knowing about it and their votes, and then go from there.
Nick finally talked to me and Jamila tonight and basically admitted that he knew Chris, and he thought if he told people that it would have made him a target, and obviously we lost some trust in him because he didn't tell us. And he said he wanted to keep working with us, and honestly I told him that the same, like, I'm totally down to keep working with you. Like, I think people are blowing this out of proportion, and that, it's bound to happen in these kind of games. But at the same time, he lied to me in our conversation, saying he had no idea who Mateus was going to be nominating. And I think it's funny because he also told me that him and Chris are not working together. And Mateus told me earlier today that Chris came to him wondering why he was coming after him, and this was after Nick had a conversation with Mateus. So clearly they're still working together, and it's kind of annoying that he lied to me. It's bound to happen in this game, like, people are going to lie to each other, but, I just straight up caught him in his lie. I didn't call him out on it, though. This whole revelation with Nick and Chris not coming out beforehand about their connection with each other in real life, I'm kind of worried about my gamer tag Silly Kyle and my my high level Peach play in Super Smash Brothers. I feel like that could make me seen as a threat, and I don't know if I should come clean about it to people, like, hey, you guys joke around calling me Silly Kyle. Well, let me just tell you where it originates.
After they played in Devs and explained, oh my god, how you deal with tethers.
Wow.
Yo,
how you deal with tethers is you make them not reach.
I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should keep it a secret, but right now, I'm going to see if anyone brings it up, if anyone, looks for me on YouTube or whatever, because, it seems like people have been doing some spy work. Goodness gracious. I'm worried, but I'm having fun. But yeah, fuck.
So when I talked to Matus on Friday, he made it seem like I was going to be safe, and all of a sudden, yesterday, he says I'm probably going up with Chris, which fucking sucks, but it's not the nomination ceremony yet. There's still a few hours to go. His main point was he's afraid that if I win veto and I'm not a nominee, I will use the veto to save Chris, which, let's face it, I would obviously do, but it's just stupid that he's putting me up when I kept him safe last week. It's really kind of scramble time for me and for Chris, because I would like it if both of us can make it at least through the double eviction, and that way hopefully we'll be on jury at least together. So our plan was to try to form up a majority group. So I had Jam and Kyle S kind of in a group already, and it seemed like he was close to Brandon and Tom. So I pitched the idea to my people, and they seemed totally down for it, which I was kind of surprised, like, how into it they were. And then I talked to Tom, I talked to Brandon, and everyone's like, yeah, this group of 6 can really work. Let's keep each other safe through the double.
We just got off a 6-person group call with me, Jamila, Brandon, Nick, Tom, and Chris.
There's a pretty much 100% chance Chris is being nominated, like a 99% chance I'm being nominated. I wanted to get this group together because, there's a pretty good chance like me or Chris might go home during the first eviction, but if both of us manage to survive, or at least if one of us do, like, I think we need to form a group looking forward to, like, the double eviction. Chances are, if me and Chris are nominated, we obviously will get to compete in veto. So I think that if in the event that one of us wins veto, like, it would be nice to have a plan as to someone to kind of like pressure him to nominate that's not one of us. Because I think, like I said this to a couple of people already, but I think he's just kind of trying to go with the majority. So if we are the majority and we can kind of like nudge him a certain way, I think he'll do that the majority want.
I mean, that sounds really good because I don't want to leave anytime soon, and I would like to get these other basic bitches out of the house, like Mateus and Matthew and Kyle H and Simon and Marie. The tides have turned. I'm not as butthurt about, Nick lying to me because, he's a cutie, and I definitely see the advantages and pros of keeping him and working with him. I was talking about how I was definitely worried about Tom and Brandon and my relationship with them, and it seemed a little bit rocky from last week's vote sending out Max. Things have changed considerably, and we are now an official alliance, at least for this week, going into double eviction, but I have a feeling that if things go well this week, that we'll be able to take it farther.
It's clearly big enough a deal that Mateus is going to nominate you guys, but I think we just need to find the best way we can save everyone in the group, and it's going to be tricky.
Marie not participate in things,
Marie needs to go.
I just do not understand at all.
I told him to put Marie up just because she was inactive.
That's what I said.
No matter who she's working with, she's gonna bring any group down because she can't even show up to an eviction ceremony.
We're hoping to swing the vote, the nominations a different way and throw Marie under the bus because she's done nothing. She doesn't deserve to be here if she's not going to make the time commitment it takes. Like, some of us are fighting for our lives and she's just sitting back doing nothing. So hopefully my goal is to get her nominated or to get her at least as a replacement nominee if I'm able to save myself with a veto or something.
Because she's no help to anyone. Like, she's not a threat to anyone, but she's also no help to anyone. So it's like, what's the point of keeping her?
Because, people could say, she could be a number, but she's not showing up.
She's not even a number in the very first week.
And he should even, agree on that, because if he thinks he's in an alliance with her, it's a useless alliance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Forming the group last night gave me a little bit of hope that I can at least trust these people for a few more days until Thursday's over. We'll see.
We have that plan for all of us to stick together through the double eviction round. Try to win HOH and not put any of us up. If I can get that and get to 9, I'd be happy with that, and then go from there. And we kind of all agreed on that. Just go from there, see what happens after that, stop. So we'll see. We are called the Pussycat Dolls, or the Kitty Corner. So yeah, that's about the biggest news that we got today. Just that we're going to try to form the 6 to kind of make our way to 9 easier, and then after that I don't want to work with Kyle S. I would prefer to branch off and take Simon and Tom and maybe even Nick and try to do something with them.
It's Monday, bitches, so this means today I am making my nomination and I am freaking out. I don't know yet what I will do because so many options I have, and I'm still consider everything I need. I'm shaking, I don't know, I go sleep and just wake up for nomination, make nomination and go sleep again so people won't talk to me. I don't want say too much right now because I want to surprise them and make them like, oh my god, what you did. I am so evil.
Welcome to nomination ceremony at HOH. It's my responsibility to nominate 2 house girls for eviction. I will pull the first key, that person is safe. They will pull the next key, and so on and so forth. The first person safe is Kyle S.
Thank you, Mateus. The next person that is safe is Kylie.
Thank you, Mateus. The next person safe is Simon.
Thank you. The next person safe is Jamila.
Thank you, Mateus. I said it right. Right? The next person safe is Matthew.
Thank you so much, Mateus. The next person safe is Brandon.
Thank you, Mateus. The next person safe is Tom.
This means I have nominated you, Chris, and you, Nick. Chris, you come into this game with a friend, and this reminds me of twin twist from you can have person from beginning and you put a trust. Nick, I have nomination you for our eviction because you lay into my face about conversation what you have with Chris and you know about what it was. This nomination ceremony is enjoyed.
If the nominations stay the same, I'm going to tell everybody that my target is Nick. Because he's fucking good at competition, he's liar, and he needs to go.
You know, the diary room was supposed to be this place where I could get all my frustrations out, and I felt like I was boring up until this point, but now the claws are coming out. You're about to see a whole new different side of Chris.